I think the bond market itself is complete disarray because you look at German government bonds anywhere from 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. The new issuance that they're issuing has a zero coupon, which means that you're not going to get any interest on the bonds that you own. And most of these bonds are trading above par. I mean, the prices are like 104, 105. That means the yields are negative. So at the most, you can get a zero interest, and you're going to lose that capital because you're only going to get $100 back. So there's only one game in town now, or maybe there's two. It's not in the bond market. I think it's all equity markets. And some people are saying, you know, they'd use equities for both income, which is dividends, as well as capital gains or losses, or the currency markets. Fixed income markets, given the level of yields, it's becoming extremely difficult to make any returns, and even if there are, it's very small.
So if you're not making any returns in the bond market, why trade the bond market? I mean, is this just about getting some safety in your portfolio? But then, as you said, when it comes to negative yields, is it even safe anymore?
No, you're right. I mean, anybody that didn't own bonds in the last few years got it wrong because the rates fell and kept falling even more. There are a few corporate bonds you can buy, and there are very few countries that actually pay you money to buy debt. So it's typically the US, UK, Europe is negative, but it's UK, Australia, and New Zealand. So there's only like 4 countries where you can buy assets that are positive. And if you look at countries like Switzerland, Japan, Germany, and most of Europe, it's all negative. So you have to be in these countries and expect them to cut rates. If they cut rates, you're going to make some money. So hence, you have to own assets in Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, well, actually, that may be coming up sooner than possible, sooner than expected, really. I suppose if you look at New Zealand and you look at what the RBN said in their special update this morning. But Kumar, I know that you've talked often to us on the program about the Aussie banks when you're talking about buying corporate debt. What about New Zealand? What stands out to you there?
No, we love the New Zealand market because we think, you know, the RBNZ started to normalize rates. Now they're cutting down, and Wheeler just pointed out today that they might have to cut rates again. And I was just in New Zealand last week. It's quite an amazing place simply because if you go there and you offer products like fixed income and say you did 3 or 4% returns, they don't want to even talk to you because their equity market's up like 10%. Their bond market's returned about 10%. The currency's done 10%. So they go, why do I need to take money out of New Zealand at all? Everything locally does really well. But also New Zealand's in a unique situation because it looks like the government's going to balance their budget and might even have a surplus. So the only concern RBNZ has is the housing market, just like anybody else. So we love assets in New Zealand. Problem is it's too small a market for us.